All I'm trying to say is, Miga, make indoors great again.
Really? Did you say that?
Make indoors great again.
It's a bit controversial.
We're trying to, but I'm talking about indoors. Make it great again. What's wrong? Being great is controversial these days.
We talking sprint culture, we talking track and field. When the gunshot lick it, give a man the chills. We talking speed demons like Usain. The red track where a legend really makes their name. The US and Jamaica, they run the sprinting game. There's nothing like the Olympics for your claim to fame. When you break the world record, you show you ain't the same. From the men to the women, times are insane. Yeah, we talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture.
Do we give a shit about the indoor season?
No.
The disrespect. Well, I'll be honest, I've been fighting a losing battle trying to get people hyped for some of these matchups, especially coming off the hot Olympics. There's something happening these days. It's just this thing where people just don't want to compete indoors. And indoors used to pop back in the day.
I wanna go outside.
Indoors is gonna mean something when the athletes say that it means something. I mean, there's been some sightings. Noah Lyles, the Olympic champion. Keishain Thompson, silver medalist. Messiah Russell, Akira Nugent in the 60-meter hurdles.
60-meter hurdles.
Yeah, it's like,
Hurdles as well.
yeah, like the shorter version of it. Mondo, pole vaulting. You love some pole vault, right? Pole vaulting through the roof. Grant Holloway, obviously doing his thing indoors, trying to be the first person in history to win 3 world championships indoors and 3 world championships outdoors in the hurdles, the sprint hurdles. Let's give it up for like, he won the outdoors as well. And he won the indoors.
It's not even a race.
As you can see, indoors isn't seen as favorable for a lot of people. And a lot of the athletes say, well, there's not enough money to compete indoors, so whatever, I'm not gonna compete. It's not like indoors you're running for free, and you're obviously training at home for free, so what's the difference? Let me take this time to bring up Keishain Thompson once again, because as the Olympic 100-meter silver medalist, he's gonna be attending the World Indoor Championships in the 60-meter dash. Give it up for Keishain. What? Keishain could have been the first Jamaican man, because Shelly-Ann did it on the women's side, but the first Jamaican man to win the World Indoor Championships in the 60-meter dash. Not even Bolt did that. And to me, Bolt not doing that is kind of a scuff. It's kind of a scuff. It's kind of a scuff on the record. I'm just saying, if you're talking about being the fastest man in the world and fastest man in history, you gotta win all the sprint events, do you not? I don't think it's too much to ask. Anyways, look, a lot of athletes skipped the indoor season and a lot of athletes kept it short. But I'm not gonna only put it on the athletes and then not competing. It's not very logical to have the World Indoor Championships all the way in Nanjing, China. I mean, that's all the way on the east side of China too. I understand the Olympics, being anywhere because it's global. But for the World Championships, indoors and outdoors, I mean, the location's got to be isolated in the area where the majority of the best athletes are. If the majority of the stars are contemplating whether or not they can go because of the difficulty of the trip, it's a lose-lose. As we move along, I got to acknowledge this real quick. The outdoor 60 meters is not a real 60 meters. Respect. If you're in a country that doesn't have indoor facilities, you gotta do what you gotta do to get a world indoor standard. Cool. But you're not gonna get the respect for the time until you do it inside. And there's no way around that. And look, y'all were complaining to me when I was saying that Keishain's 6.48 outside when he was in Jamaica was kind of questionable because it was outside. But when you seen that Caucasian sensation, Lockie Kennedy in Australia was 6.43, all of a sudden all you guys were like, the Caucasian sensation from Australia, Lockie Kennedy. No, he's a Caucasian sensation, Lockie Kennedy, 6.43. Number 1 in the world right now, man. You're not aware? I had my questions about Keishain, but when y'all saw that, all of a sudden you guys were like, okay, hold up. I find that disrespectful. All I'm saying is, The 60 meters is an indoor race, which is why the World Indoor Championships happen inside. Anyways, as we get back to talking some more indoor track and field, we're gonna have a quick check-in with our newest guest host to Sprint Culture, renowned track and field analyst and sprint legend, Ato Boldon. Give it up for Ato Boldon, everybody. Ato, how you doing, boss?
I'm good, man. How you?
What's stood out to you in the indoor season thus far?
I think the best two things that I have seen so far for the year, Masai Russell in those 60-meter hurdles, going undefeated. Look, that's an event where you don't string together a bunch of wins because every week it's somebody. I was wondering if that's the way she was going to look, because a lot of people feel like, yeah, she won the trials and she won the Olympics last year, but there's so much parity. Like, she's got to get ready to lose to Nugent. She's got to get ready to lose to this one, to that one. So far, it looks like Masai, she's got her head on right. And she's like, yeah, I know I'm the Olympic champion. I know I'm getting everybody's best shot, and I'm ready. The second thing is Jacious Sears. She's gotten her PR now down to like 7:02. I spoke to more than one coach who said the days of Jacious Sears not making US 100-meter teams are over. I thought that last year. I thought she was going to make that team. She got injured at SECs. Just looking at her race model, I think she's going to be a problem for everybody. Julien, Sha'Carri, Sharika, whoever. Listen, in college, she ran a legit 10-7 last year. And this was in May. So there was more to go. And I have been I've been really excited to see what she's going to look like. But those would be the highlights so far. And I have to say, I have been on with you before and said, indoors. When indoors has, fabulous performances, and when indoors have stars that lined up, like we saw in the distances in Millrose and like we saw in Boston in the sprints, it is highly enjoyable.
Thank you, Ato. That's all I'm trying to say, man. So what does the indoor season mean to you?
It used to mean, let's get through this and get to outdoors. I used to always try to use indoors to see, is there anybody who's showing me something indoors that I think is going to translate to outdoors? And last year, it was easy. It was Julien Alfred. Because when she started rattling off 6.9s and becoming the second fastest woman ever at the distance, I was like, oh, she's going to be a problem. And I said it at the Millrose Games last year. I said, oh, she's taking somebody's medal. Now, I said it with Sha'Carri sitting in the stands. I didn't think at the time she was necessarily going to take Sha'Carri's medal specifically. What I meant by the comment was, look, whatever you think Julien's going to finish in Paris, I think she's going to finish higher. And, first and second, it's hard to argue that she could have finished much higher in either of those.
Respect for joining us, Ato. Give it up for Ato Boldon, everybody. Looking forward to seeing you joining us more often here on Sprint Culture, my guy.
Absolutely.
We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture.